Hi and welcome to another art tutorial. Now we all know what it's like when you've put way too much paint on a paint tray and you end up with dried paint at the end. Now we're going to call those paint skins, and it's very interesting that some artists actually use these paint skins in their works. So as an alternative measure to actually drying it on a paint tray, I'm going to show you two different ways that you can create paint skins. Now the first way is really simple. I have some acrylic paint here, and all I'm going to do is on my tracing paper surface lay it out. So I've got quite thick paint daubs like so. And then I'm just going to use my little knife here to smooth some of those out. Like so. Now I'm not going to make that too thin because, as you probably know, acrylic paint dries a lot thinner than what it is when you put it on. So now I'm just going to leave that and let it dry. So that's the first one done. Now the second one, I'm going to use impasto or a gloss gel, and all I'm going to do is put quite a bit of that on my tracing paper surface again. I'm going to spread it fairly evenly out. Now impasto is great because once it dries, it actually dries clear. So it goes on white, you can see exactly where you're putting it, and then it will dry clear. So I'm going to leave it something like that, just a very quick application. Now with this one, rather than acrylics, I thought I would go back and use my inks. So with the eyedropper, dropping, oh there's no more blue left, dropping a few drops of the ink down. On top of the impasto. Put a bit of yellow in there as well. Like so. Now I'm going to grab a thin brush and I'm just going to work it by moving that colour around in the impasto. Like so. Spreading it, letting some parts mix, just like that. Now because the impasto and the acrylic on the left are quite thick, they're actually going to take probably a few days to dry properly. So what I will do is when they are dry, I'll take a photo of the finished products and I will pop those on the website. Now when they are dry, there's a few things that you can do with them. You could cut them up and use them like a collage, and I think on the website if you have a look at some of the images you'll actually see some artworks where the artists have actually done that. Another option is to simply keep them as a whole piece and then layer them on top of your artworks in particular ways. And then another way, I've actually seen an artist who has created really long strips of paint skins and then hung them. And as our left example is here, the colours are quite beautiful and blended together. So the strips were just beautiful. So there's a few different ways that you can use this really simple technique to layer it with different effects and different techniques for your own work. So have a try and see what you think.